Hey guys, welcome to Blvd. This is Mike, and in today's video I'm taking a closer look at all the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusives. Those are the guys that were given away on raffle basis on the LEGO booth. Actually, you had to sign up online ahead of time in some of our online system to get a chance to get one or more of these. We had no luck this year, unfortunately. It was a pretty rare occurrence to actually for anybody to win anything this year. So these guys were purchased by us on eBay, and well, that happens when you don't get them on Comic-Con. We as collectors really are keen on getting every single minifigure or build that is exclusive to Comic-Con. I'm gonna get through them, both minifigures and the builds that were given away, and maybe let's start off with the minifigs because these are actually exclusive. And a quick disclaimer, I'm gonna also show this minifigure, that is Jessica Cruz. This minifigure was given away at the DC booth at Comic-Con. This one was given to us by Dakota, so thank you so much, dude, appreciate it very much. We are not sure if that's gonna be just a Comic-Con exclusive. You get a special card with it saying Comic-Con exclusive, but rumors have it that this minifigure will be also available with the copy of the film, the Aquaman film, The Rage of Atlantis, I believe. That's gonna be distributed in the US, so that polybag may actually be available later on, because it doesn't have any markings for Comic-Con. As you can see, all these boxes, for example, have like a Comic-Con logos on them, and this one doesn't. It comes with this plaque, that's all about it. So I think just this part is exclusive. The polybag itself will probably be available at a later date, so keep that in mind if you want to get this minifigure later on. I certainly want to start with the Deadpool Sheriff minifigure because that's the guy I was awaiting for the most. I guess Comic-Con is making Deadpools like on a chain production basis now. Last year we got a very exclusive, a very unique and wacky looking Deadpool duck. This year it's a Sheriff print. Taking a closer look at the minifigure, he has some very awesome things printed on him. You can see a lot of Deadpool signs. There is this cowboy belt around his waist. I think a cow skin vest on top of that, and you can see his costume and his muscles poking through. He's getting some bandana as well, the one that bandits use usually in Wild West, and there's even a holster for his weapon, also with a Deadpool logo on it. Well, that's the print. The print alone in the front is just super cool. I really enjoyed this one. In the back, we are having also some updates. There is an emblem of two revolvers, along with I think a bull pool, a bull Deadpool in the back, and also this cowhide pattern is continuing to the back. You can see some bullet belt in the belt in the back as well, and that makes a pretty complete print. So I guess the only thing that's missing in this minifigure is the print for the arms, but as we know, LEGO is not making that happen quite too often. He's getting a cowboy hat as well and a cowboy mustache, and I think the head is a bit updated from the Deadpool minifigure. I think this eye pattern, the way he's like looking at you, is a bit different than what we used to get in the only so far set that had an official Deadpool minifigure outside of the Comic-Con ones. So definitely a guy worth getting. His as you know, as we know so far, he is the most expensive one to get on eBay if you want to get him second hand, and I guess the most people signed up for him because just how awesome he is. And there is the box as well. The box is having that classic minifig print behind the Comic-Con, like right next to Comic-Con logo. We're getting the same pattern, and in the back just shows some advertisements and so on. But yeah, most of the time the box is as valuable as the minifigure, so people just want to get the box, pristine condition. We want to keep the boxes in as much mint condition as we can possibly think of. And this is the Black Lightning minifigure from the DC show of the same name. I'm not really into DC characters, nor I know anything about this guy. Actually, I can just tell you that the minifigure for me looks pretty good, pretty much as good as Deadpool Sheriff. It's unique in its own way. You can see the print goes very long along the way, the front of the minifigure and the back. This lightning pattern is matching the one that he's having in the show as his outfit. And in the back there is also some elements of the armor. And I like this blue pattern, those weird stripes, with a very fine print going through around his neck. Overall, minifigure is not disappointing. I guess for the fans of the show, This is a must-have to get. For us, it's basically a figure just to complete our collection, because I'm not very, big fan of the character nor the show. But, well, they did the job. I think it's excellent. And same goes for the face. You can see we have two face expressions with quite rare occurrence of a goggles print, and especially for this character, they look somewhat unique, and two face expressions are showing his green, angry grin, and the other one is just like simple mouth. But along with the facial hair and with that goggles print, I think that is a really cool minifig to get, along with the nougat color head, so that's gonna be a quite unique piece if you want to like customize it or use it for some other minifigures, which probably it's way too expensive to do so. But the minifigure is great. With the hair mold, he looks pretty decent. And same goes for the box. The box is not red this time, it's blue in color, so it's a big contrast towards the Deadpool Sheriff minifigure, so great little uniqueness goes towards this pack as well. Same pattern pretty much, Comic-Con logo in one corner, there is his name, and also I think the same pattern actually, if you look close, let me just take a quick look. I think the same pattern of print, this brick explosion, but this time in blue. So they kept the same graphic, just changed the color, and that makes those boxes look pretty good next to each other if you are intending to display them. And the third minifigure that was given away on Comic-Con is the Apocalypseburg Unikittty. This one comes in an actual bag. So you know what? Let me just build her real quick. Okay, time start. Snap. And done. Wow, actually it's a pretty cool fig. The most cool thing about her is that you're getting two face expressions, which means you are getting two special 1x3 bricks with the Rage Kitty and the Angry Kitty. I think, yeah, that's the Rage Kitty, and the Angry Kitty is just this one. So she's like one level lower before coming into full Berserker / Rage mode. The fig has a special holder for her spear, so that's a minifigure bracket with just a snapper and a spear in it. The special print for the back tail with this dragon scale elements when she's becoming the big Apocalypseburg kitty. I think Unikitty is her ultimate form, as it's gonna appear in a Lego Movie 2 set. And also we get a 1x3 brick on the very top that is having a side print of those armor nails that are marking her somewhat of a helmet. Really cool fig, and the only buildable one you get from Comic-Con, and I think collectors that are trying to get the Unikitty collectible minifigure series, and also the set that she's gonna come in as per Lego Movie 2, will gonna have to get this one to complete their collection. And well, I like this one a lot. And I think a quick fact worth mentioning about the Unikitty is that it's not the first Unikitty minifig to come out on Comic-Con. This is the 2014 Comic-Con exclusive Unikitty. It was just named Unikitty. As you can see, it was this small build. Let me just build it right now. And here she is with the faces of Cute Kitty and Cherry Kitty. Or Cutesy Kitty and Cherry Kitty, I think. A way crazy comparison, like two sides of the spectrum. You can see what moment in time brought this kitty to becoming this kitty. It's like, all right, what happened in the middle, right? I mean, she was just like that, and now she's like just in her armor, berserking and going to a battle. Well, I like both versions, and I think that is a great comeback of Unikitty. Definitely a cool addition to our collection. Well, Unikitty is just a unique character to have, so I always liked how crazy she was. And the box goes a bit different. You can see the Comic-Con logo is this time around on a bit higher left side. We have the information about the two faces, the Rage Kitty and the Angry Kitty faces on one side, and the pattern is a bit different than previous boxes. I think actually, is it still the same? We'll comparison real quick. Yeah, the bricks are in the same positions, just the pattern is changed to less detail and more purple color. Plus there is the quote, "Some assembly required, all the assembly is required." Yep. 17 pieces, really cool fig. And the third and the last of really exclusive Comic-Con minifigures. But there is one more. This one should also be considered because it was given away at Comic-Con. So far, so as we know, this one is named Comic-Con exclusive, so I'm gonna stick to that. Let's open the poly bag and see how Jessica Cruz is looking. Cool. So here is her completed. There is another DC character that I'm not very familiar with. I think she has to do something with the Green Lantern because of her outfit. Must be a thing, right? Alright, so we have also a darker skin tone for her head, two-face expressions with one eye in green. I guess that's her unique spot on the face. And overall, we get a nice combo of white minifigure hands with black arms, and the black contrast goes towards her legs. So I guess that looks good with the green on top of that, and overall this minifigure is pretty good looking. The back is showing some muscle decals, and if you compare it, like if you consider this gal a Comic-Con exclusive compared to the other minifigures of, you know, the likes of Deadpool, Unikitty, and the Black Lightning minifigure, I think this one is actually the least appealing to me. And that's also understandable, because I think it's pretty safe to say that at some point in time this polybag will appear somewhere as a normal distribution, so I don't expect her to remain exclusive for a long period of time. So keep that in mind. Overall, the pack is good. You can see the minifigures that you were able to get on the Comic-Con floor, plus there is this plaque of Jessica Cruz that you get as you were like getting her from the giveaway. And overall, I think it's a decent collection. Alright, let's now get into the builds that were also given at the Comic-Con San Diego. This first one here is Ant-Man and the Wasp build that comes with an Ant-Man bust and also a Wasp minifigure that appeared in the Ant-Man Quantum Realm Explorers set. So the minifigure, this one and all the other ones in other sets are non-exclusive, no new prints, no new faces as far as I'm concerned. It's only just pretty much about the box, because I think right now you can even get instructions on the internet to basically tell you how to build the bust, because this thing doesn't have any printed elements or any special elements that you cannot get already, so it's easy to just build it. But for collectors, the box is what matters. So let's take a look at the box real quick. I like this vertical design of these boxes for this year. It has some old school Comic-Con vibe to it. There is some cheesy quotes. You can see all out action, the size changing superheroes go into the quantum realm. So that's something you would take from an old school Marvel comics. There is the holo sticker at the very top, confirming the authenticity of the box. And there is some approved by the Builders Authority and Comic-Con 2018 exclusive, so you just know which edition of Comic-Con this box is coming from. I like the graphic, it's very unique, nothing that you would see in a normal Lego box. The side has also some nice prints on it, and in the back we have also the shot of the build and some quotes, or just like trivia or just fun fact about Ant-Man and the Wasp, or maybe about the movie. Real cool stuff. There's the graphic and just proof of purchase you can fill out on yourself, so you know it belongs to you. Hey kids, don't stop building ever. That comes on every box of Comic-Con 2018. Alright, let's check out the actual build. I'm gonna bring it in the shot. Boom. And I have to admit that this one was my favorite of the pack of 3. Like this one a lot. The bust is super solid. The base is actually built of a few good plates. It's holding the head well. You can see there's also some details for his the back of his suit in the back, and overall the head is mostly studless. It's smooth. The movement is smooth. Again, no special prints, no special bricks. You can just build it with the bricks that are already available on the market. But the detailing for such a small build is pretty nice. You can see the elements for his apparatus in the front, showing those weird dishes on the side. There is antennas. Quite a nice build for those two. And a good thing to mention about this set is that you get a whole bunch of these slope pieces. Like I counted like 20 or 20 something of the bigger ones, and some of these are the small ones that go inside the head. So this thing is not hollow, it's filled up, so that makes it pretty heavy and solid. And the video won't show it, but this thing feels solid. It's not cheap, or it doesn't feel like cheap or light. It's filled with bricks inside, so there is no hollow space, and that makes it super solid, super robust, and pretty much a good paperweight as well. I'm gonna place it in some visible space in our studio because it just looks cool. At this scale, I think they pulled off a really good look for Ant-Man, and I think it's also scaled somewhat well with the Wasp minifigure. That minifigure was available in the, as I mentioned, Quantum Explorers set. We get two-face expressions. On the minifigure, there is the transparent Wasp wings in that blue color with the bracket to keep it on the minifigure neck. The helmet is printed, but I think it's an Iron Man helmet with just a new print, as we used to have for that kind of minifigure, and the print is pretty decent. Definitely a nice golden element on it, and contrast with red and blue colors. So I like this one a lot, but you know, it's kind of sad that they were not exclusive in those sets. They could have been, but it would just probably bump up the price by a lot, by a big margin. Alright, let's check out the other one. Here is the Millennium Falcon Cockpit with Han Solo and Chewie. I think this set was mostly sought after because, hey, it's Star Wars, you know. Same thing on the box. There is the hologram sticker to confirm authenticity. Comic-Con 2018 logotype on the top, Lego Star Wars. The graphic is super cool, actually. You can see this like, I don't know, Andy Warhol. Nah, that's too much, not really Andy Warhol, but maybe some 80s era graphic behind that flying Falcon. The cockpit is actually pretty cool. It's missing maybe the windshield for me. I could have thought that would have a windshield, but I don't know why. It doesn't. There is the greatest space saga of them all. I think that's what they used to say about the movies back in the 70s. And the Chewie is saying roar, and I can't make really Chewie. And there is the "You've got a bad feeling about this, I've got a bad feeling about this." That's a cheesy quote from Han. And there's the build, 203 pieces, set number 75512, and the Solo Star Wars. Actually, yes, those are minifigs from the Solo film, not from the original trilogy, so they were actually trying to promote the Solo movie with this one. Here is the back of the box real quick. The Han is saying, was that really less than 12 parsecs? Well, I guess that's up to you to decide. San Diego Comic-Con 2018, and some nice graphic overall, plus some fun facts about the set and perhaps the movie. You can read that through. And oh, that's a cool graphic, actually. I like this comic book printing here. So the box is actually having a lot of fun stuff with even things like galactic trivia. There we go. Really nice box. And it's decent. It's very decent. First thing you notice when you build it, I think this guy comes with like, I don't know, 20 different prints or so. You get a lot of those console cheese pieces in that small set. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle, 5, 6 at least, and they're like 7, 8 in the back. Plus you get those keypad elements, 1x1 tiles, like 5 of them. There is an extra tile in the middle. There is the cash register slope piece with a print in the middle as well. So totally, I think it's like 20 something. Oh, there's even a console in the back right there. Let me see if I can remove the roof so I can maybe show you how it actually looks like. Boom. Yeah, consoles in the back. So overall, like 20 something printed pieces in the whole set. Han and Chewie are not minifigures that are exclusive. Those guys came out in the Solo movie sets already. So Chewie is having this normal print of his with a rifle, and Han is just a regular Han from, I think, the first wave of Solo movie sets, not the one that came out in the Convey X Transport, for example. So non-exclusive minifigures, the face expressions on Han are just typical. The cockpit itself has plenty of space. You can see there are 4 seats available, so you can place some other characters in the back. Probably Lando and Kira can land in there. See what I did there? Because they were in the movie and in the same cockpit during the Castle run. If you look from the back, it's actually looking pretty cool. You can see the full console. There should be some like lever for the hyperdrive maybe in the middle, but overall this build is as simple as it can possibly get, but on this scale it actually looks good. I like the build for the seats. I like the plentiful of prints in the cockpit. I think that's cool. And as I took off the roof, you can see there's one more tile that's kind of not very common, this 2x2 inverted tile, and some lights to represent some sort of controls above the characters, because you know the Falcon's cockpit is pretty full of controls on every single wall. Let me see if I can assemble it together. There you go. And well, the Falcon cockpit was pretty a big thing on Comic-Con, because first, of course, they were doing the set, the giveaway set, and also the Lego booth had the massive, I think 200,000 pieces Millennium Falcon cockpit that you can actually walk into and take some pictures with it. So they were really pushing this forward, and I think this set is just saying it all. And the third set was Aquaman and The Storm. Even though it was the smallest set of the pack, containing 197 pieces, with the footprint it gives you, I think it was the most build intensive set, because overall, as you can see, you are getting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements plus minifigure, so quite a lot for such a small set, and it makes for the most play area, if I may. The box is keeping this 70s comics vibe with I think just hand printed graphic of the Aquaman, and the color theme is different than the other ones because it's mostly yellow. There is the holographic sticker, Comic-Con logos as well, DC Superheroes logo, and 8 to 14 age recommendation, set number 75996, 197 pieces, and there is the Aquaman logo on the very corner. Alright, let's take a look at the back. And the back is having this green slash teal slash marine feel to it. All the pieces are printed as well, and there's the usual quote that you get on all the boxes, plus look at that graphic from the comic or from animation, I think, a very old one, and there is the all new Lego superheroes. Twag, bam, there is no stopping us now. Alright, there's something different on each one of these boxes in the corner. That's really fun, and that makes them unique to each other. Really cool. Alright, let's get a look into the build. Quick note on the minifigure. Technically, I think we should count him as an exclusive, because as far as the print goes, it's the same as it used to be in the previous Aquaman minifigure, but the hair mold combination and the head combination is different. So let me just show you the previous Aquaman. Here is the Aquaman that came out in the same version previously, so you can see the prints are the same, the face are the same. Just to confirm, we're gonna try to see the face in the back. Boom. So yeah, the face is exactly the same, so we have to consider him an exclusive because of that combination. And one thing I noticed is like how off the back print is made for his face. So here's the face, and if it's straight, if I rotate it, just look how off of the center it is. So if I put the hair on, I think, now you can see because the mold is pretty covering, but overall the axis of print is way off on that face, so they are not on the even 180 degree sides of the head. So that's something you should probably notice on such an exclusive minifigure, to be honest. And now the build itself, just a quick look. The main part is of course the Storm, a seahorse creature, and this build is actually, I think, the most fun you get in the whole set. I like the Ant-Man bust a lot, but this thing was quite unique for what it is. It has space for the minifigure, so you can totally make the Aquaman ride it as you please, and it's looking really good. The tail especially is a nice addition. You can like bend it to look like a seahorse tail. So overall they made it studless. There is not a single stud sticking out in the build, so that's something I really appreciate. And I like the color combo of just white and yellow. It looks good, and I think we're gonna see this creature in the upcoming Aquaman movie, because I think that's what the set was about. To promote the upcoming movie, they also had the massive Aquaman statue on the Comic-Con booth, so it was all about Aquaman and promoting this character as much as they could. Other builds in this set are just simple, probably you can recreate them easily if you wanted to. There is the Manta build, super simple, nothing too crazy really here, just 2 wings, not much of a detail on the underbelly, and just like this piece for her mouth. We also get the Octopus Mode, that's quite common, for example, for the city, sea exploration builds or sets. And there's also 2 elements of the seabed. We get a crab in this set as well. This is like a part of the Atlantis build, I think, with this like man-made ark and some sea foliage or just seaweed elements. You get 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just a rock formation here. So overall the build is fun. I think that was the most fun build of the entire Comic-Con exclusive set selection, even though it was the smallest in terms of pieces count. Alright guys, and that's gonna be it for this a bit longer video. I just wanted to show you all the collectibles from the Comic-Con 2018. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it and saw all the details. Maybe helped you make the decision if you want to get these guys this year. The Rotary System was pretty crazy this year again, so those are a bit more rare, I think. Maybe the pool was the same, but it was much harder to get, so it might be even harder to get them on the second-hand market. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, which one is your favorite. Mine is the Deadpool Sheriff by far, and perhaps the Apocalypseburg Unikittty. And the builds are actually pretty decent. I had a blast having them and building them, and well, I hope some of you are also lucky enough to get your hands on these. Alright guys, it was Mike, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications button to be notified whenever we make a new video. Thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time on Blvd. Hey, thanks for watching this video. As always, you can leave a like and subscribe. And also, if you want to support our channel, you can head over to our web store at www.blvd.toys. You can find awesome models there. All these guys that I have on the table are available in the forms of instructions and parts lists. Every purchase you make supports our channel and also the designers that are working with us on those amazing models. So consider doing that. Thanks so much. And it was Mike. I'll see you again on Blvd.